Cartoons aren't dead. Kids still watch them. Adults still remember them. And animation is everywhere. But something is missing. A part of our childhood so near and dear that no new show can ever bring it back. Layer by layer, I'm going to dive deep into discovering what it was we lost so many years ago. Starting with let's look at the releases of children's cartoons over the past 5 years. Do any of these cartoons have any reason at all to exist? Just filler content added from an already existing IP, like Monsters at Work? Really? I'm not putting Monsters at Work. I'm putting Monsters freaking Inc. Where are all the original freaking cartoons? Because where I'm coming from, it didn't used to be this way. In the late 90s and early 2000s alone, there was a huge Renaissance-like period of creative cartoons. We're talking like a euphoric plethora of creativity. It'll make the freaking Sistine Chapel start doing jumping jacks. Cartoons had freaking stories to tell, lessons to learn, characters we idolized and mimicked, and the artistry, the art that went into these cartoons, it was a freaking miracle they were even made. There was a community here and you could see it. There was a common ground that everyone got to experience. Not just children, but preteens, teenagers, young adults that all gathered on one specific place. You wanted cartoons? These were the 4 spots, bro. These right here. So what the hell happened to these freaking cartoons, man? How do we go from this to this? The monoculture we once enjoyed has been completely shattered. There is no universal area we can all gather around and talk about like it was before. Before, you could go watch a TV show, everyone would watch it at the same time. The next day, you talk about that show, man. You'd be talking about it with your friends. You'd be talking about it in class. You'd be talking about it on the park. You don't get that no more. That's gone, bro. Once the tablets and streaming services came up, that was the beginning of the end. So what happened? The system changed, and it changed for the better. Yes, for the better. Okay, hear me out. Let's go back to the old system. You got to notice a pattern here. You got original children's shows, right? You got preteen shows, you got adult shows, and preschool and early elementary Dora the Explorer shows. But then you also got anime on that same channel. Yes, just straight up anime. IP merchandise based shows, so basically slop, and on top of that, live action sitcoms made by freak ass gooner producers, all in the same channel. Back in those days, all of this was called kid stuff. That's it. There was no separation or differentiation from the quality stuff to the trash garbage at the time. Today, this is no longer the case. Now, there absolutely exists a separation. Adult animated shows are literally seen with the same value as any other adult show. This is good. This was necessary. But now here's the problem. Where are the original children's shows? Where are the serialized stories for preteen children that actually had a quality of storytelling? As we can see, there's a much bigger loss that we may have actually overlooked as this system changed. See, unlike today, there was sort of an unspoken rule. Just put yourself in my position for a sec. The year is 2004. The internet does still exist, but not in the way it does today. The internet isn't literally breathing down our necks around all over every hidden corner of society. It's just stuck in this tiny little boring white box. That's Dad's computer, and we're not allowed to touch or mess with it. Cell phones, they look like this. Just buttons on a brick. This is freaking boring. Who the hell's gonna touch that? In the center of the living room, you have this. The big, unholy member of the family. The television. If there was a new episode of SpongeBob, you were either there or you weren't. SpongeBob didn't give a frick. See, that is the fascinating part of the old system. What you see right now at this block of time, that is what you get. The time between you watching your favorite show at the right place, at the right time, was literally rare. Most of the time, our parents were watching the TV. Other times, the TV was just off. So the only option we had other than TV was toys and going outside with the other neighborhood kids. You know, skateboards, scooters, bikes, Heelys, or those heel things that had like the little wheel on the back. And then of course, bro, tech decks, bro. Oh my god. Something I also noticed that was gone is that even the parents back then were seemingly a bit more chill and a bit more open to letting other children enter their homes. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember you could just walk into your friend's house and just kind of chill in his house? That's another novelty I really don't see happen at all anymore. The bigger issue isn't stemming from the cartoons themselves, if you notice. Most of the time, these cartoons were actually just turned off. But here is where the perfect peak moments of our childhood were formed. It's Saturday morning. Parents are asleep. Sunlight is shining right through the window and straight to her freaking face, forcing us to wake up. It's hot, so going back to sleep, impossible. We gotta go quiet. We're not trying to wake our parents up right now. We go to the kitchen. We open the cabinet and we see the freaking banger ass boxes. Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Flakes. Oh my god. Oh, then you got freaking stupid Raisin Bran there, just taking up valuable space. Man, get that out of here, bro. So we grab the bowl, make the cereal. We know where we're going after this, boys, right? We know exactly where we're going after this. Go straight to the TV set and hear the electric dog whistle tearing through our ear when you turn that thing on because it's a CRT television, right? And suddenly we realize, oh shoot, the volume. Freaking thing explodes for a split second, but we're quick with that reflex to diffuse it by turning that volume all the way down before turning it up. Just one or two knobs. Just loud enough for us to hear, but quiet enough for our parents to stay asleep. We sit on the couch. We grab the remote. We grab that cereal. And now we're ready. Start flipping through the channels. All these stupid ass channels with commercials and Karen looking ladies selling jewelry. Man, get that crap out of here, bro. I'm not trying to watch any of this. We jump right into the middle of an episode of the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy, and the bumper below reads, coming up next, Codename Kid Next Door. Oh my god. We are freaking locked and loaded, boys. And just to add the cherry on top, later on that same day, you would end up going playing outside with a group of friends before you all go in and play some 4-player Mario Kart on that same ass TV screen. Drop a like on this video right now if this was the same experience you had as a kid. We didn't need tablets. We didn't need a smartphone. Hell, a smartphone at that time would have actually ruined the whole thing. It was an unspoken ritual that we all understood immediately. A ritual that, unfortunately, would come to an end. Common Sense Media reports that 40% of children have their own tablet by age 2. By age 2! 40% of children have a tablet by age 2. Nearly 1 in 4 have a personal cell phone by age 8. I didn't even have a crap-ass brick phone until I was 10. And these children average about 2.5 hours of screen time per day. Now you see why this is a problem. Now, I understand this may come off as pretty biased, and my worldview is from the past, right? I'm Unk. Sorry, but I'm just Unk. These technological changes were always going to happen. It's inevitable. We just didn't think it would come so soon. That is the grief we're facing today. So if I were to come out and say that it was all the corporate greedy executives' fault that all these cartoons are gone, that would be totally inaccurate. They still play a part, yes, but they're only pawns to a bigger problem. And the reason why serious kids' cartoons are not made the same way anymore, the incentive completely changed. It wasn't just artistic original cartoons that got snuffed out by the industry. It was the entire cable television industry. Cartoons, since their inception, have always relied 100% on media production technology and large-scale teams. It is freaking impossible to make a full-scale animated project like the ones we grew up with without a team and money to back you up. The incentive that existed before, it made perfect sense. A monocultural system running 24/7, practically guaranteeing that there would always be an audience. It made it easier for executives to give new artists a shot. Once the technology changed, the audience went right along with it. With no audience, it didn't matter how good of a show you had. Blood, sweat, and tears, yeah, you pretty much took it to your grave because nobody is watching your show when everyone is leaving. As the tablets came in, so did the incentive to not watch TV anymore. The fewer TV viewers there were, the higher the prices became per month, meaning more people cutting the cable. Why do we need cable if we have Netflix? Why do we need cable if we have Hulu? Why do we need cable if we have YouTube? Slowly but surely, the chips were falling bit by bit, taking those same children who once grew up with these banger TV shows right along with them. Pew found that 85% of US parents with children 12 or younger say their child watches YouTube. 85%! And 51% say this happens on a day-to-day basis. We're seeing the numbers. There is literal evidence on where these children are today. The Saturday morning cartoon block got replaced by YouTube Shorts, Roblox, Italian brain rot, doom scroll sessions. Looking back at this IMDb list, yeah, it's no wonder we are only seeing filler slop content. The old shared audience is completely gone. Can we blame these kids though? I mean, we need to realize not all the fault is on the children. I mean, come on, they're children. The problem today is that once convenience became the biggest motivator for pretty much any form of media, that is what everyone, including us, caved into. Why wouldn't we? Who the hell's gonna pay $80 a month for channels we are never gonna see? It's illogical. The system today is all about the algorithm. That is what has gotten these poor kids on a chokehold. Not just them, us too. That tiny little internet I mentioned earlier that was living in that little computer box, yeah, that little computer box, it exists in everyone's pants, pockets, and purses on all corners of the earth. So maybe it isn't just the corporations that suck. Maybe something else sucks around here. Like you, watching this video on your phone right now. Yeah, you. Was this your fault? Was it mine? This is where we got to take a look in the mirror for just a moment. The demand for children's content hasn't stopped. Parrot Analytics says global demand for kids' content is rising 21%. So what we are complaining about now goes beyond cartoons. Rather, it is an old world that we can't return to. Think about the question again that I asked earlier. Where are the quality children's TV shows, right? And what do those same kids watch now? The answer you may be assuming is, oh, well, all the kids are watching brain slap content. And yes, although it is very popular, it's actually not the answer. The content these kids consume today is actually the same type of content you are watching right now. YouTubers, just smart enough to make valuable content and just entertaining enough to keep them from clicking off. This type of video is what kids watch today. I know people tend to throw the card of, oh, well, I mean, YouTube is not for kids. That's what YouTube Kids is for. And they're right. It's not. But that's the point. If there's one thing we all can remember as a child that has never changed, is that children want to grow up. Do you remember this? Do y'all remember this? Do y'all remember being 11 years old and the person you wanted to hang out with, if you had to choose between the 15-year-old and the 5-year-old, who are you going to hang out with? Yeah, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? What are all the teenagers watching today? Mr. Beast, Mark Rober, Marcus Brownlee, Shafrillas. The older audience is watching YouTubers. Why would the kids not follow suit? YouTube has become so much more than just a search-based website. It is where all audiences go today. We've seen many indie cartoons come out. We've seen all different types of YouTube channels to the point where entertainment has basically become democratized for everyone. So let's put the mirror up for a second and ask the real question. Is it really quality storytelling we feel was lost? Because in many ways, storytelling has actually gotten better. It's not the cartoons that disappeared. It's the shared childhood pipeline, the ritual that collapsed, and now every kid lives in a different algorithmic childhood. Their childhoods are personalized. That loss we feel is the loss every generation has felt before us and will feel after us. It is a loss of innocence. It is a loss of an older system. Times have changed. The world is constantly changing, and generations move on to trends that are alien to us. We cannot understand it. We'll never understand what it's like to be a Gen Alpha or a Gen Beta kid, unless you are one, of course. But if there is one thing we do understand, is that in reality, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Bro, Rafiki from The Lion King already taught us this lesson 30 years ago. We can't change the past.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah, you see? So what are you going to do?
Our challenges today are made for us to adapt to, not to mourn over. We can be nostalgic, yeah, but at the end of the day, nostalgia isn't going to solve the problems. As time moves forward, fewer days remain for us to live and learn, and more lessons remain for us to teach and give forward. So here's the biggest question now that we're here. Since we know we can never go back to how things were, and we can't make our kids understand our past, how should we instill the same lessons the past once gave us? Would love to hear it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.
I woke up screaming last Tuesday at 4 a.m. Not from a nightmare, from a plan. The kind of plan that keeps you up because it's beautiful. The kind of plan that good men call unforgivable. My doctor says I need to rest, take the little blue pills. I told him, doc, the voices in my head pay all the bills. He looked at me confused, wrote another prescription.